It's Friday, and that means it's time to check out what new movies are out in theaters and on streaming.
Yep, and joining us now for our Real Talk segment is movie reviewer extraordinaire, Greg Russell. With Movie Show Plus. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here and being extraordinaire.
Glad to be here as always, and love our little friends over there.
They're adorable.
They're adorable
we
dragons.
have a group of students in here with us. But let's get into this. So
Yes.
the big one this weekend is a revival of an iconic movie franchise, Karate Kid Legends. What's this all about?
This is all about, there's a young guy, he and his mom, they live in Asia, but his mom gets a job as a teacher in New York.
Okay.
So they've got to move over here. So of course that means he's got to break away, you know, from all of his friends and all like that. Gets here, of course, he meets a really nice, cute girl who, guess what? Her ex-boyfriend is the guy who's in charge of another martial arts group who, you know, are just tough. So you already kind of figure out where this is going to go, but yeah, there's going to be this big fight to the finish to
Yeah, the storyline seems very familiar.
Yeah, I was going to say
from when I was a kid.
It's kind of, you know, when I say predictable, but I won't lie, it's a fun ride to watch.
Okay. Right. And it's a new story to a whole bunch of people.
It really
so
is.
I think you have a clip.
I do.
In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it? Or not?
Lee means to me what you meant to Sensei Miyagi.
I'm doing this for all of us. Whatever it takes.
Now, wait a second.
Yes.
I recognized it
Wait
too.
a second.
I recognized it
Was that
too.
Jackie Chan?
Yes, it is.
I
Jackie's in this
recognized
movie,
it.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this look for him. I like this face.
Right.
He went from like being the kicking butt
Yep,
practitioner
to
to
now
like
being
the teacher.
instructor, right.
All
I
right.
like it.
So listen, just after watching the preview, I think I'm going to go see it. But what was
Definitely.
your take on it?
I enjoyed it too, and as usual, I stopped everybody who was coming out of the theater, and they all had a good time. Like we said, do you know what's going to happen? For the most part, yeah. But did you enjoy watching it happen? Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
So,
Yeah, you did.
Karate Kid Legends, drum roll, how many reels?
4.
Oh, that's awesome.
4 reels.
How you like that?
I
That's
mean,
really
listen,
good.
you wouldn't give it 4 if it wasn't well executed, even
Right.
though it's a very familiar story to so many people.
And it's 41 years old.
I love it.
The franchise.
I love it. And the thing is,
Fantastic.
I said, so when the kid is coming from Asia, I was like, well, he might need to learn how to kick some butt if he's moving to New York City.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good idea for him.
He was already learning over there.
Yeah.
And it was at the Miyagi dojo and all like that over there.
Okay. Okay, so he wasn't learning everything fresh here. Okay, I'm giving the movie away. I'm sorry. But another movie this weekend is Jane Austen Wrecked My Life. Give us the rundown on this one.
This is kind of cute, especially for those of you who do like Jane Austen. It's all about...
As in the author?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Pride and Prejudice
Yeah,
and all that. It's all about a young lady who, for some reason, she wanted her real love life to be like something out of a Jane Austen novel, to which it
Doesn't
kind of wound
every
up being,
woman?
it's a disaster, you know, as far as things that go on.
If it goes the right way, a Jane Austen love rom-com in real life,
Yep.
it's not a bad thing.
Right, so she decides that she wants to be an author and write her own book.
Okay.
And she goes to kind of like the Jane Austen Academy that's run by her, you know, great-great-nephew or something like that. So, you know, it's this kind of whole fun, romantic thing that's going on. And I know we've got a clip, so let's check it out.
Welcome to the Jane Austen residency.
And we're delighted to count amongst us this year a new recruit.
Welcome.
Welcome. We hope you will be inspired, and we look forward to reading your work.
I believe that some books become part of our lives because they reveal to us our true nature.
Okay. So oftentimes we see Jane Austen stories told over and over again in a very modern way, in a very traditional way. So this is a very different take.
Yeah, like you said, it's all about, you know, the person who wants that to be their life. And it does kind of go that same way with the ups and downs. And also, like you said, Pride and Prejudice is kind of like the most overused subject matter, like you said, of rom-coms.
Like the plot, right? Yeah.
Right, every plot of basically every rom-com is from that.
Yeah.
So she keeps it going with this.
Walk away with that.
No?
I walked away with one woman's upset because another woman ruined her life, not looking within.
That's a Jane Austen novel right
Jane
there.
Austen wrecked my
It's
life.
like, think of like a love story with just a little sprinkle of drama, not going to the level of toxic,
Right.
but just a little something.
Yeah.
It just keeps it a little more exciting.
Sounds like every woman I know. Every woman I know. Okay,
Except
listen.
for you, Rita.
Right, aw.
And I got to.
Yes.
Nice shout out.
Greg Russell, let me tell you something. Greg Russell is one of the smartest men I have ever met. That's why he's been
I am
married for
not.
how many years?
33.
That's why. That's why right there.
I'm not so bright.
And Mary still loves you.
Because of that,
Love John.
Jane Austen wrecked my life. How many reels?
We're going to give it a 4 because it's an interesting movie to see. Also, it's in select theaters now, but it is going to be on Apple TV coming up very shortly.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to watch it just to help relate more.
I mean, as someone who loves that Jane Austen.
Yeah, you'll get. I
plot,
have
will
imagined
enjoy
you
this.
already sitting
Yeah.
there with your popcorn, your sandwich, and whatever, and just
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, that's all that. Feet kicked up, baby. That's all for me right there. All right, well, next on the list is a documentary about Bono. Now, you are a huge Beatles fan, so I kind of want, the inside baseball
Okay.
opinion from your perspective.
Originally, when I found out it was a documentary on him, I'm thinking it's going to be, seriously, I'm thinking it's going to be your typical documentary where, like, Jason's sitting in a chair and, somebody's just asking you a question and you respond back, yeah, I started liking magic when I was 8, blah, 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 blah. Bono performs this documentary. This is basically a one-person performance on stage. He talks about his life from the beginning. He acts out certain scenarios. He sings, and it just kind of pulls you in. We were watching it last night, and honest to goodness, I'm thinking, seriously, I'll watch 20 minutes of it because I'll get the gist of it. If he takes this to Broadway and puts it on stage there, he's got a Tony Award winner.
Really?
I mean, he really...
You know that's in the works, though.
yeah.
You always plant the seed, hoping that it's going to become the flower, and it's going to be the flower. It's
Because he
Bono.
really puts himself into it, especially at the end when he talks about his relationship with his dad.
Oh, wow.
So, people who, especially with the time he was growing up, your dad was always like, oh, you're never going to be as good as me, da-da-da-da-da. Music is not your life.
Or you better be better than me.
Right.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
a lot of
that
pressure
type of
around
thing.
all of that, yeah.
So I think we've got a clip of that, too.
Oh, perfect.
Turns out the most extraordinary thing about my life is the people I'm in relationships with. I met my wife, Ali, the same week I joined U2. Where the streets are lonely. Last time I saw my mother alive was at her own father's funeral. This sounds almost too Irish, I know. My father's response to this tragedy was to never speak of her again.
All right.
Wow.
It's really, really deep. And then you had mentioned about is it all in black and white? Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that becomes another character in regards to telling his story.
Okay, I think I've already predicted how many reels.
Yes.
But what are you giving it?
Well, your magic, pull it out of my ear. What is it?
I think there's a decimal.
Me too. Me
I think
too.
there's a decimal.
Let's say it at the same time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
4.5.
What the heck? Yes, it is.
Is it really 4.5?
It is
knew
now,
it.
yes.
No, yes, okay.
But I mean, it is. It's
And it's not
really
just
good.
because you're a Beatles fan.
Right, no.
Yeah.
But
Why did I say Beatles?
But I know, but it's YouTube.
Yeah.
U2,
Yeah,
era of the
U2.
new
YouTube.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just it. I think even if you don't know their music, you watch this story,
Nice.
and it is going to pull you in just about a person and their life.
That's very exciting. Greg Russell, thank you for getting us set up for the weekend.
you.
We appreciate it.